Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hi, everyone. My name's Christian.
And my name's Daniel.
And listen, be quiet. Sorry, my Ziggy is just babbling on in the background. Be quiet. This is a Christian and Daniel show. I'm
Welcome
Christian and that's Daniel. And we already said that, but I just started over because my head's not working right now. Oh my God, hello.
Because you forget.
I forget.
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? We were just
Oh
chatting.
my goodness.
Was it
What
Monday?
a great new picture.
Sunday night. Or Monday night. Hi,
Hello,
Charlie.
Hello.
Welcome all our friends that are watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you for joining us. If you don't mind sharing this on your page so that other folks can watch along. If you're watching us on YouTube, we need subscribers. Please subscribe to our YouTube page and share it on your pages so that other people can subscribe. Remember, we got things coming up all week long. We've got horoscopes on Monday, Christian and Daniel on Wednesdays. And as soon as summer's over, we'll be back with Zodiacs and put it together on the weekends. But we had a pop-up show on Monday for Put It Together with Rick and Adrian that came to promote their
song, their tribute song to
tribute song. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Tribute. They came to promote their tribute song to Olivia Newton-John on her 1-year anniversary of her passing. Go check the shows, and you can find the video. It was
and they played the song. They played the song, and it's available apparently everywhere on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon.
And if you go to one of the paying sites, part of the proceeds go to the Olivia Newton-John Foundation Fund for cancer research. So you know how big supporters we are of cancer research.
Absolutely.
Little Mix of Productions. So go check them out.
And we know what an advocate for it Daniel is.
Yeah. So what's going on, babe?
Oh boy, did laundry today. That is such a bear. I swear, if the day comes and I can afford it, I will hire someone who does laundry, and I will never touch a damn laundry or a machine ever again. I just hate doing it. It eats up so much time. Every other chore I would have less problem with. But that aside, did laundry, have lots of clean, pretty clothes again, and I'm still wearing my laundry shirt. I don't usually wear this shirt in public, even though it's a great shirt. It's fine. It looks good on me. I don't have the self-esteem problems with it. I just don't usually wear it on the show. But I do love V-necks, and I don't have, I only have so many V-necks. This last haul, we got more crews than these. But anyway, I'm coming up on, I keep changing what I want to talk about in my head. I'm a little scattered.
Well, will you think about that? For everybody watching, I went to Houston last week to my very first. Yes, that is on our pick. That's on my list of national todays, Charlie. So we'll talk about those roller coasters in a minute. I remember my roller coaster, my first roller coaster. But I was in Houston for the the United Ostomy Association of America conference. This is their 8th conference. It was in Houston. It was my first conference. So Tommy got to go to his conference this year, which is really exciting. Just for him. I had nothing to do with it. There was probably about 150, 200 ostomates there from different colonostomies, ileostomies, and urostomies. But it was really cool to be able to talk and share and not feel odd or uncomfortable, and that anything that I said about my ostomy, about Tommy, people agreed with. And next year,
And they understood. They had
understood,
yes.
yes.
They knew what you were talking about. It wasn't like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and there were a couple of sessions where we talked about how we did things, how we changed our ostomies, the products we used. All the companies were there. I got to bring back a couple of samples. But okay, I know this is gonna be weird, but one of the coolest things was being able to say, like, I don't do dairy, and have other people sit at the table and go, oh, I don't either. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And not feel odd about not doing dairy.
Like, I don't do dairy, and everyone's like, why?
Well, yeah, it's like,
What
do you not? Because
eat?
usually it's like, do you not do dairy? You don't like dairy? Like, and I was just like, I don't do dairy. Like, people were like, me either.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of trumpets in the rooms, and nobody flinched, which is for everybody out there. The ostomy trumpets are when your ostomy farts basically in public, and when it does it, and anybody else, you kind of like, oh shit, like I gotta hide this. But here there were rooms where
here it was fine. People were just tooting all day long.
Yeah. And
were you gonna say they had a fart? Did they have a fart room?
We should have had a fart room. That would have been great. I do what is in the fridge at the time. Oh yeah, no. I'm just talking about. I love cheesy food. I do like cheesy food. I just can't. After cancer, I wasn't able to eat it anymore, and it just makes things more difficult. So.
Well, and it's always tough when people act like they don't. It's the 21st century. We've become a pretty sensitive society. So when you say I don't eat dairy, it's very weird that people still react to that, because it's the 21st century. A lot of people don't eat dairy now. And a lot of people can't eat dairy. And then we've learned about all these isms that happen when people do. And it is cow breast milk. So let's be real. Like, not eating dairy isn't actually that bad. It's more gross when you're like, oh, I love dairy. I love me some cow cheese. I love cow breast milk. That's all I can think of when I think of milk. It's from a cow's boob.
You see anything? That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't do dairy and I don't do pork anymore. But it's
you can. There are some porks that you can eat. Like, I think when you get real pork, like it's just nothing, no processing.
If we cook it at home, I can eat it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you don't eat chicken?
Wait, you don't eat chicken? Then what do you eat? What do you eat? You must just like starve all day long.
Yeah, I'm not going to do Michael. Yeah.
It's like somebody says, I don't drink coffee. Oh my Lord, you don't drink coffee? How do you get through the day? I exercise and stay healthy and have endorphins.
How do you survive?
How do you live? No chicken, and you don't eat dairy, and you don't eat gluten. What do you do? Yeah. Just eat avocados all day?
Steak and salmon. Well, okay, we'll pass you the chicken then. We're good. You're back. You're back in. You're back. Come back. Don't go anywhere. Come back. But yes, today is speaking of choosing what you like. Today is National Authenticity Day.
Totally authentic.
It's the day. Yes, it's the day you celebrate your authenticity. What makes you you? I feel that people are just. Yeah, well, I'm not allergic. Let's just clarify. I'm not allergic to milk or pork. It just causes a lot of stomach problems, so I'd rather not eat them. So,
which could be connected to an allergy, but who knows? After cancer, Daniel's body went through a total reset.
Which we talked about. I told you about the All of Us people that. So anyway, I'm part of the All of Us program, which is a DNA research program. And they just sent us an update. I'm about to get the, what did I tell you? Medicine allergies.
No, you're about to get diseases, genetic diseases. that you're
and the medication. They're gonna tell me.
And what medications work with your genetics.
Yeah.
Which is
So
awesome.
yeah,
You mentioned it the other day. I have never thought of that.
we'll give you an update. Yeah, because sometimes when people say like, I take aspirin and it doesn't do anything for me, well, maybe your genes reject it. Yeah, and it doesn't get
your
absorbed.
body doesn't process it; it just goes to waste.
Body resets happen for sure. Every 7 years, I dropped 20 pounds for like a year.
I believe it. I just lost 30. I don't look any different. I don't think I look any different.
You do. I told you you look like you were.
I went to the doctor the other day, got on the scale, and it's all in kilograms. But I've learned what my range looks like, and it was lower. And I'm like, I looked at her and I go, "This is like way lower than last time." She's like, "You lost like 30 pounds since you last came in." She goes, "That's really good." And I go, healthy eating. I eat carrots and whey, and I walk 30 miles a day, and it's nothing. It is. I just have been watching what Daniel and I've been eating out food less. When we're together, we cook more. He made this he made this breathtaking spaghetti bolognese last night or a couple nights ago. It was the best spaghetti bolognese I've ever had. And I'm not kidding. And he made it so good. And then he added, of course, I always say he has to add a little Latin touch to it. So he added some spice to it, which it was so good. We ate the whole thing. I'll put it this way, between the two of us, we finished it. Usually there's leftover for the next. Nope, nothing. Just rinse what little bit was left into the garbage disposal. It was like one bite, and it was so good. And I got to put it out there. Daniel can cook, people.
Well,
not only is he cooking and hot, he can cook too.
Piper, were you on my live when I was cooking Monday? I don't remember. I remember if you. I think you were.
I remember you saying hi. Hi.
I think you were there.
It turned out so good. If you were on it, it turned out so good.
But let me tell you, I mean, like for those of you that watch my cooking and coaching on TikTok, it's the simplest recipes. They're not like exotic or anything. It was pasta, a can of sauce, a can of El Pato spicy tomato sauce, and ground beef with lots of spices on it. But it's that extra spicy that makes it good. Like,
oh my God, it was over the top. So good. But, and I did get a new thing of Parmesan, by the way.
You were, yeah, I thought you were, yeah. So for those of you watching, and for you, Christian, what do you believe it is one thing that makes you you? Like what would be one thing if people described you, they said, "Oh my God, Christian is." For those of you watching, like
what's the quintessential Christian?
Yeah, like what is a Christianism? Like what is like your one thing? You
yes. Yes.
Because I'm gonna say for me is something that's authentically me is my wit. I think that I get away with a lot with my wit.
But that's also attributed to your charisma. If you don't have charisma, folks, don't try to be snarky. You will get beat up or insulted or kicked out.
Go ahead.
It's like when I say to my gay friends, I date a handsome female to male. They say, "Are you now straight?" That is hilarious. A female to male. It's a guy. You're dating a guy. Who cares where the beginnings came from? And I'm sorry. Some of the pictures of some of these trans men, oh my God.
Yeah. We know some. We know some.
We know a few, and they are so beautiful. And they're hot. Hotter than most gay men I know.
I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say names, but one of my friends that he's been a friend for several years now, when we first met, I didn't know. It wasn't part of our conversation. It wasn't part of the introduction. It wasn't until like a year later
Mhm.
that
I know who you're talking
told
about.
me
He.
that he had transitioned. Yeah, that he had transitioned and that he dated women. And I was like, what? Like,
And it is an interesting thing, but it's like I thought I was a lesbian, but then I realized I was trans, and I was just always attracted to women. But it's because I've always felt like a man, and men are men who are who identify as hetero are attracted to women. So it kind of makes sense, but people get all mixed up in the transition part. Take out the transition part, the end product is a male. This person looks like a male, sounds like a male, and they work out more than most men do. They always look good for the most part.
hey,
So
compadre.
I
So-
love that diversity. I love that the trans community, that they exist. It's no longer this secret shadow society.
Yeah.
I know it's
Look
really
at the
difficult.
looks. I'm sorry. If you're good looking and I'm walking down the street and you're like, I'm like, ooh, puppy. Yeah. So I mean, and we watch shows where we're like,
We've been like, are you serious?
what?
Like
We're both sitting on the couch having our hot flashes.
we're like, okay, that could be a hall pass.
I'm like, yeah, I would applaud you. I'd be like,
I did see a documentary about a couple where one was female to male, and the bottom surgery for female to male unfortunately just is not there, and most men choose not to do it. And it was interesting that this couple wanted children, and so the person got pregnant. Her boyfriend
wasn't it a reality show?
got pregnant. And I thought that was I think that's the most fascinating, amazing thing, is that you have this hot guy and he's like, but he's like also able to have kids. Like it's incredible. And I think it's unbelievable. It was amazing. It is kind of odd to see this guy, kind of a, moderately hairy, very male looking guy, pregnant. Are you getting that?
It reminds me of, remember back in the 90s, there was an alien show where the male aliens got pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that show? I can't remember the name of it, but
I think it's Futurama.
was that the live show?
because one of them married an alien and he was male and he carried the babies and gave birth to them. And then they left him in this weird pond thing on his home planet for a year. And then they came back to pick up all the kids, all 9 of them.
So F2M, FTM is female to male. That's somebody who's transitioning from female to male. So that's what that is. Thank you for asking. We appreciate that. My trade. Oh yeah, we're talking about traits. My trade is to work smarter, not harder. Everyone I work hand lifts boxes into truck and puts stress on their backs. I demand to use the forklift. Yeah. So that's your trait. That's logical.
Yeah.
And I've worked with Michael, so I can attest to that.
I actually think people went with me.
Alienation.
Alienation did that. Yeah, they did, right?
Yeah. The man got pregnant.
The main guy got pregnant.
So what is your authenticity trait?
I think I don't know. It's not necessarily a positive trait, but everyone knows that it's like with Christian, if you make a plan with him, you have to remind him the night before or the day of. Like it's just a guarantee. You have to remind me about any appointment, anything we're doing. If you don't remind me before, at least the night before or the day of, there's a good chance I'll forget that we had a plan.
So in a positive, I would say that Christian is single task
oriented.
Yes, that would be a great shit there. For me, it's my kindness and sincerity. I will attest to that. Charlie is very sincere. I would say honest. You're very honest, Charlie. You're very direct.
Well, but I will say attached to that also is everyone who's ever been a friend of mine, like a real, or what, for whatever in that time frame was a friend to me. I'm fiercely loyal. I'm fiercely loyal to my friends, and I will not let people mess with them. And I don't want them to suffer. If I can have some level of prevention, I would step in. I would do it. I'm very loyal.
I'll attest to that. That's pretty good.
Oh, no one, and I mean no one, and I'm not a little tiny waif of a human being. No one messes with Daniel. There is no excuse on this planet for someone to mess with him as long as I'm alive. I will get you. I will get you. So do not mess with my man. I'm sorry, that sounded so primitive, but do not mess with Daniel. He is my boyfriend and he is my partner in life, and I will not let him suffer in this world. I refuse to let him suffer at someone else's hands.
He is very.
He's too good.
I would say one of your traits is defender. I mean, you're a good defender.
I'll defend. The same thing goes for anyone who's a friend in this time frame. I will do it. And
See,
I would.
Michael says my trait is serving communities with my leadership, and then yes.
Oh my! Absolutely.
Mike is very devoted to the causes.
I would say you are always being of service.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yes.
Absolutely, Jesus. And I'll do it for Junior too. That little boy, no one messes with him. Dad is everyone's man. I know. He's a public figure. You do have to live with that.
Dan is everybody's man. Ah, thank you. No, Micah, if y'all are not following him on Instagram, go check him out.
And honestly,
he is a hardworking man. Let me tell you about hard work.
Daniel and Micah are people who literally define the term being of service. They spend their whole careers and lives being of service to everyone, particularly people who don't necessarily have a voice.
Junior learned to punch now.
No.
Okay. As a person, I'm like, oh, no. But as a godparent, I'm like, you go, Mike. You do
it. No one messes with you.
That's
crazy.
As Charlie mentioned earlier, today is National Roller Coaster Day. And I don't mean your roller coaster of a life.
No, like a real roller coaster. Clack, 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 clack. Actually, I heard the new roller coasters don't even clack anymore. They just shoot out.
I want to go to Knott's maybe this fall and ride some roller coasters.
You would.
I do. But what is it? What do you say? Christian is like a protective Cocker Spaniel. That's very true. Life. But my first big boy, not teenager, but
like a real roller coaster,
like a big kid, was the now I just forgot it. The Shockwave in Dallas at Six Flags. This was one of the first roller coasters to do loops. This is in the 70s, late 70s. And it would click, 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 and then it would drop you and it would do loop, loop, and then send you off. So that was the big thing that summer, the Shockwave. And my dad took me, my dad used to work for a company called Fox & Jacobs. Fox & Jacobs was a manufactured home company in Texas. And when they were at the hype in the 70s, they would shut down the park just for Fox & Jacobs employees. They would come from Houston, Austin to Dallas to be there. And so it was empty. And my dad being my dad, he was like, we'll get on. Because my mom was like, he's too small, está muy chiquito. My dad was like, no. He wants to get on.
The seat of the car with no seatbelt on.
Yeah, because we were those people. But my dad was like, if he wants to get on, he's gonna get on. But he's like, we're gonna get on the very front. And I was like, oh, okay. So we ended up riding. The first time I rode a roller coaster that size was in the very front, where if you get to the front, like click, 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 you can't see anything. Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
And then it was like, I'm sure I yelled. I'm pretty sure I yelled.
I hope you did. Aren't you supposed to?
And then we come to the end of the ride, and there's not that many people. And they're like, you want to go again? And I was like, yes. And my dad was like, are you sure? I'm like, let's go. So that's what made me me. today?
My first roller coaster was the Jetstar at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
Huh.
It's a very basic roller coaster. Basically, you go up a hill, you go down a little bit, and then it just kind of goes in a circle, a bunch of circles, not loops, but circles all the way down. But it goes pretty fast. But that was my first one because I was so terrified of roller coasters. And I was like probably about 13, 14 when I got on my first roller coaster, and that was it. It was the Jetstar. And then my favorite one I've ever been on is at Marine World Africa USA, or I know they don't call it that anymore. It's just Marine World. And it's owned by Six Flags, I think, but they have a not an old, but it looks like an old-fashioned wooden roller coaster there. And but it's a it's new construction. It's not old, but it was made to look old. That thing, we got in the rear car because the rear car is always the one that gets tossed around the most. It's kind of the hardest one to be in. This whole thing, it didn't even have lock bars. Like you just held on to the bar. And because it doesn't do loops or anything where you'd fall out. But that thing went so fast and it was flat, but I swear it was coming off the tracks at times and going through the hills up and down, and it goes into turns and you're just getting tossed around all because you're not secured. So you're just getting tossed around the car. It was so much fun. Now, and that's also why I went on the one at Six Flags in Valencia down here in Southern California. I went on there. They don't have it anymore, but the old wooden roller coaster they used to have was really, it was one of the longest wood roller coasters in the nation. And I went on that one too before they closed, of course, long before they closed it. But
Astro World in Houston, which closed, had one like you're talking about, Christian. Compadre, I've never been to Six Flags either. You and I should go to Six Flags.
I've been to Six Flags, but it wasn't ghetto back then. I've heard it's gotten a little rough.
We should go to
Valencia's gotten a little rough.
We'll go to Six Flags.
Daniel and I want to go to Disneyland so we can experience the Star Wars land. That's the only place I care about. The rest, and then I want to get that jalapeno thing.
For me, my first coaster was the late Montezuma's Revenge.
Ooh, I bet that was something else. It sounds like it. Yes. Thank you, Charlie. The Colossus. That was such a fun one too. Oh my god, it's so much fun.
For everybody else,
roller coasters.
For everybody watching, we want to know what your most authentic trait is, and then if you can remember what was your first roller coaster, let us know. Today is also Tell a Joke Day. Today is National Tell a Joke Day. So if you want to type in your favorite joke, but please make them nice.
PG-13.
And then we're gonna show a TikTok that's all about little jokes today. So we should play a roller coaster. Oh, we should plan a roller coaster trip. San Antonio, California. I love Six Flags in San Antonio. Because it's on a mountainside. Yeah. So it's so awesome. So yes, Micah, we would love to come to San Antonio and go check it out. They shrunk it. Oh, okay. This is at
this is at Six Flags. It's totally different now. It's not the same. Yeah. It was beautiful because it was the biggest, one of the largest old-fashioned wood roller coaster. It was just great for that.
It's the first big roller coaster. I was 7 years old on Desperado at Nevada State Line. I was too short for the ride, but I tiptoed to the line to get on. I got on the ride with my tia, and she said I was too small to ride. I was lucky I didn't play out. The coaster has a record for the tallest coaster with the longest vertical drop. Oh my God. That must have been so scary fun to be like little. And I guess you made it because you're here. So that must have been. Okay. So while everybody's thinking about a joke that you want to share, I'm going to get the TikTok ready.
Well, Daniel's getting that ready. I could do a joke. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? I don't know.
Because she keeps running away from the ball. Waka, 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 waka.
In Spanish? You can say it in Spanish. You can make a joke in Spanish. I want to go to Japan. They have an amusement park with the most crazy rides. Vamos, compadre.
I have no doubt the Japanese are cuckoo. They're crazy. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for danger. They love dangerous stuff. They love adrenaline. Not all of them, but young ones, young people.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the TikTok. Here we go.
He's probably thinking of other women. Him. I wonder if Jeffrey Dahmer sees me. What's that Christmas song that be like? Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
I remember as a teenager, according to my mother, I would no longer spend money on silly things. 2 minutes later, when everything goes wrong, but you're already used to it.
Oh,
One day you're young, the next you're sitting at the end of the bed like this.
Oh, I know that one. Every morning. That was a really good one. Those are really cute. I really like that one.
oh my God.
I love the Feliz Navidad.
Navidad. It depends on what I see and what I hear to make a joke, but usually they're not PG-13. Okay. El compadre le dice al compadre, oye, compadre, ¿cuánto pesan los pedos? El compadre dice, compadre, los pedos pesan. Ya te ca- Okay, I'll translate it in just a minute. I have to read it so I can translate it.
Okay. And then there's,
I'll read it. I'll translate before the show's over.
Okay. And then there's, Papá, ¿qué se siente tener un hijo tan guapo? No sé, hijo. Pregúntale a tu abuelo. That's why I said it.
We're going international, folks. We're Spanglish now. We're Spanglish.
I thought that
And
was
of course, I had a
I did okay with my enunciations, even though
that was good, babe.
I don't
I
have
was-
good accent.
When I was taking notes earlier, I was thinking of all these little jokes that I could say, and of course, I took a nap, and now they're gone. I can't think of one. I can't think of one joke that's like PG and short, and so I'll think of something in a bit. So, anybody, if you have a joke to share, if you want to tell us what makes you you, or you want to tell us about your roller coaster, let us know. Dice, había un pollito que respiraba por el culito. Yes, he did great. He did good for the joke. Oh, okay. So I heard this one. What do you call a Mexican that loses his car? Carlos. Carlos.
Oh, so wrong. So good. That's cute. Carlos.
This little girl said it at one of the soccer tournaments. And we were giving it, for those of you that know, I travel with Ford, giving it for events. And we give tickets. We were giving tickets for jokes. And she said that there was this little girl, could have been more than 7 or 8. And I gave her like 10 tickets. I'm like, here, you won. You won the day. ¿Cómo hacen los pollitos? ¿Me estás preguntando? You're asking us, pío, pío, pío? Oh my God. Okay. Y'all got some good jokes going on. We appreciate it. And then the last thing that I found today for, verde.
Yeah. Can I do one more?
Yes.
I think parents will get this one. Papá, ¿por qué no tengo ni un iPhone, ni iPad, ni iPod? ¿Por qué no y dinero? I thought that was pretty cute. I mean, these are obviously kid jokes.
Obviously. Oh my God. Okay, folks. If you have more jokes, please let us know. Hey, and remember, we've got the Christian and Daniel page. So if you think of something that you want us to talk about, you think of videos you want to share with us,
Send them.
anything, go to the Christian and Daniel page on Facebook and make your comments, post your information, let us know.
Post the link.
Or if you're watching us on YouTube, after you subscribe and hit the notification bell, go down to the comments. I read the comments after the show, so go down and
I do too.
put them on. Yeah. Keep commenting, keep asking questions, and we'll make sure to put them on. The last thing I found today is, which fits us, is Independent Worker Day. So for any of you who have your own businesses, work for yourselves, entrepreneurs, today's our day. Yay, Independent Worker Day. Which I wanted to talk about this because we talked about it a little bit. What is it?
So sorry, folks. I forgot to go on, and if you've been commenting on my profile, I apologize. I forgot to make it public. Now it's public. In case someone happens to be on my Facebook watching, they wouldn't be able to post. Remember, you told me that, I think.
Yes.
I
No,
wish
I
I could just
don't see any. I don't see any comments.
Good. I just wish it would just stay public. Like, why can't I just have it stay public?
Yeah. Well, my page I have to make public too. So, but what was the? Hold on. I'm going to go to our text messages from yesterday, and bring up the website. The gentleman that I was talking to yesterday. The caregiver page.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the name of it? Oh, here it is.
Oh. You mean the page today?
No. So for everybody, hold on a second. Do you know about the phrase "Jesus loves you"? A wonderful thing to hear in church, but a horrible thing to hear in a mix.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
We had a
You mean the caregiving network?
yes, we had this is where I find my dates, National Today. So for anybody wondering where I find the topics we talk about, it's on National Today. But I had an amazing conversation yesterday. Oh, that's not where I want to go. With the founder of caregivingnetwork.com, which is a page dedicated to caregivers and people going through issues. Like if you were a caregiver, like Christian was for me during cancer, if you have gone through any issues like alcoholism, addiction, health issues, mental health issues, and you want to help by sharing your story with somebody who's going through it, go check them out, caregivingnetwork.com. The gentleman is going to be on our show. His name is Andy. I'm going to forget his name right now. But the founder is going to be on the show and put it together. We'll be interviewing him about the network and how it works. Probably I'm going to be collaborating with them on some stuff. I already posted some things about addiction, which I don't get to do a whole lot. But if you are a caregiver, if you ever cared for somebody, if you know about a topic that you want to share with people, go here, caregivingnetwork.com, and set up a profile and help out somebody else with your story can help somebody else. So there you go. I just wanted to say that. Yes, independent workers. You know who you are. We celebrate you today. So, and please, any more jokes, any more comments? Caregiver, what about elderly disease such as yes.
Well, yeah, a caregiver is not defined by the disease. It's if you're caring for someone, and you don't have to be a professional to be a caregiver. I wasn't, that's for sure. But I feel now I can be. But yeah, I had luckily. It's interesting. Luckily, it's the wrong word, but it was advantageous because Daniel's illness came before my parents got sick. So I had such an amazing and better understanding of what was going on with my parents when they both were delving deeper and deeper into their dementia and Alzheimer's. But it was all dementia, sorry, with both my parents. But it did give me a greater understanding and also prep for some of the things you have to do. Because there's a lot of things that happen that I never thought I would be able to do, and I can. And I did.
Oh, that's awesome, Micah. So Micah is in San Antonio. So Bill House Arts is in San Antonio. So if you're near San Antonio, and go check him out. Again, follow Micah. I follow him on Instagram mostly, but go check him out and do all the great stuff that they're doing. Of course, he's one of my check-in people on Mondays, but go check out everything else. So if you're in Texas, it's around San Antonio, go check out everything you do. But that's Micah. Once you get it set up, please come on the show and put it together and tell us about it. Come in and share. Anyway, are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Hey, my pick of the week is on Netflix, and it's one of their new anime shows. It's, I think, 10 episodes, and it's called Mech Cadets. It's really geared towards a younger audience than me. I mean, most anime is targeted at a younger than 53-year-old man. But I really do enjoy it. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I binge watched it last night. I couldn't stop watching it. I just kept going, okay, I have to see what happens next. Great show you could have the whole family watch it. There's like one little date on it, and it's very innocent. So it's a really good show, a really fun show, and it's pretty fast paced. So kids won't get bored really quick. If you are watching it, it can be a family show. No famous voices or anything in it. It's just run of the mill Netflix anime.
I thought I saw on the list some interesting people.
Maybe there is.
Hold on, let me put it out because Ming Na is in it. Daniel Day Kim.
Okay, there are some big names in it.
Yeah. Because when you mentioned it, I was like, well, Deborah Wilson from Mad TV is in it.
Wow. Okay.
There's a couple of interesting names. I mean, mainly Ming Na Wen and Daniel Day Kim. Oops, someone's in the kitchen.
Are you serious?
I think it's my lid from my ice maker. It falls off because it's broken. Somebody was supposed to give me another lid because it's broken. Although before I go into my pick of the week, we both have ice makers in our house, and I did the vinegar cleaning with it. I poured some vinegar into it and ran it through the cleaning process. I was skeptical that it would change the taste. It tastes so much fresher. I know for everybody, like, how can ice be fresher? But it tastes fresh.
I finally changed the water filter on my faucet water filter because I imagine it was overdue. It wasn't tasting bad, but then I didn't realize till I put the new filter in, it was tasting bad. It wasn't tasting as good. Now I have the new one in, and the water is delicious.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, there was a difference.
All right, my pick of the week. I might be a little late to this one because it's from 2022, but I had not seen it until I was flying home last week. A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. And although Tom Hanks, yes, we all love Tom Hanks, but there is the female character in the movie, Mariana Treviño, who plays the character of Marisol, his neighbor. I think she stole the movie. So A Man Called Otto is about this about Tom Hanks' character Otto, who lives in this like little gated neighborhood, which is really just 2 rows of houses. But he's lived there for a long time, and he's kind of bitter and angry. And then moves in this Latina family, which is Marisol. And they kind of just don't give a crap that he's grumpy. They just got to take over his life. And we start seeing that hard exterior fall off. I don't feel like I'm telling you too much with that description because you have to see the transition of the character as it moves along. Warning, disclaimer, get some tissues ready because you'll need them. The worst thing I can do is watch a sad movie on a plane because I get to crying. I was in the middle seat and I'm bawling to this movie. So the guys next to me are both like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, so do not watch it in public if you don't want people seeing you cry. But A Man Called Otto is on Netflix. Check it out. I think it's such a great movie. I'm not gonna say it's Tom Hanks' best movie ever because I think the other characters around him I don't think his character would stand alone without the other characters. But it plays real well because there's other characters. Oh, and we were just talking about trans characters. There's a trans character in the movie, which also has a very I was like, so yeah, I was drinking my little ginger ale, eating my pretzels, and crying on the plane once again because I've done it with other movies. I just watched the gay movie from 2020 called Drawn Back Home.
Oh,
I never cried. Really? Okay, well, that's a pick of the week. We'll have to check that out. Drawn Back Home.
and hello, Emery. Welcome.
Yes, Forrest Gump is forever. Unless you know Tom Hanks from before when he was a TV person. Back
when he was doing
Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, yeah.
Yeah, I knew of Tom Hanks from Bosom Buddies. And here's a little trivia in case you didn't know. Huh?
That's so long his entire career.
And he played Elise's brother on what was the Michael J. Fox show? Family
Ties.
Family Ties. He was Michael J. Fox's uncle in Family Ties. Yeah. So go check it out, which he wasn't a good guy then on the show. So yeah, go check it out. But yeah. I remember watching Bosom Buddies, and then when it canceled, then all of a sudden he was Michael J. Fox's uncle. So yeah, go check it out.
Keep working.
So what's y'all's pick of the week other than Emery? What have y'all been watching? Okay, so we're almost at the end of. You remember that episode? Yeah, where he had to run away. Yeah.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, comadre, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, comadre.
We're almost at the end of Bachelorette, which is annoying me.
I'm hoping she gets rid of the tattletale. That's all I'm going to say.
What else did we start watching recently? I feel like there was something else we watched.
Oh, we've been watching.
Oh, the Korean show.
Yeah, it's called Siren on Netflix. I should have listed that because we watched it we had zero expectations for it. And we were going to watch that, and then we watched this instead.
Yeah, because I'm reading the book, and I want to finish the book before I watch the movie. So I'm reading the book.
This is called Sirens, and it's these all women from firemen, Secret Service, Army, or military, Olympic athletes, and what's the last? Huh? Oh, stunt people. Yeah, I already said
it's 6 people. It's 6 teams. So it's fire, police, soldiers, athletes, stunts, and security.
And security. That's right. And security. And which Secret Service. And all these women, it's all female, and they get put on this island, and they have their home bases. It's like an adult capture the flag kind of. But they are already getting sneaky, and we weren't expecting suspense from this, and it's suspenseful. Like I want to watch the next episode. Like I'm waiting for Dana to be here so we can watch it.
So if as a kid you ever played that, because we used to play that in Dallas. Yeah. If as a kid you ever played that where you had a flag and you had like 2 or 3 teams and you had to hide it or protect it, and the other team had to come and steal your. We played it that if they stole your flag, you had to join their team and go after the other team.
Oh, you had to become a traitor, mandatory traitor.
Yes. So this is what it is, and I wasn't expecting that. Now there is no English dubbing, so you can only watch it with caption. So then you did a Ford promo. I'm interested in the electric truck. Are they doing any test drives? Not this year. So for everybody, the MC job that I have is for Ford Motors. And last year we had a ride and drive, so you could take the trucks out for a little spin, because we have the F-150 Lightning, and it's an amazing truck. I've driven it already. It's an amazing truck, but we don't have a test drive right now. But we're going to be, for anybody who's interested in checking out any of the Ford cars and trucks, we'll have the F-150 Lightning, the Mustang Mach-E, the Escape, and the Maverick. We're going to be in San Bernardino this weekend at the soccer tournament out there. So if you're in the Inland Empire, come check us out. Come visit me. I'm going to be doing my MC gigs in San Bernardino this weekend. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. And I'll post, check it out on Instagram. I'll be posting videos of where I am. So go check that out.
And remember, folks, EVs aren't selling anymore. The EV wave has already crashed and it's done for the time being. Dealerships are sitting on hundreds, if not more than that, of EVs not selling, just sitting on their lots. So I'm sure if you wanted to go in, Michael, and test drive one, they would gladly let you test drive it and let you get into that. But they're going to try a hard sell too, because they are not moving.
Charlie says, my pick of the week is a series on Tubi called Scandal Made Me Famous. My favorite episodes are when they covered Heidi Fleiss. We were just talking about Heidi Fleiss.
I saw her documentary they did a while back on her.
The Runaway Bride, Amy Fisher, and the Diaper Astronaut. Ooh.
It was cool.
People that remember and covered the stories. That's the other thing we're watching. Thank you for the pick.
That's really cool.
Charlie. We started watching the not serial killers. The first episode was not a serial killer. He was just a shooter. Remember? We watched the one about the son.
Oh! You're talking about the show we watched.
Yes.
Evil in the House, or Evil in the Family.
Evil in the Family.
And it's on Netflix. And it looks like it's actually a show that's been on for a lot, like over 13 seasons.
But
we have Painkiller in our watch list, but we have not watched it yet. Daniel said he heard a lot of good things about it.
So very interested to watch. Yeah, we want to watch it.
Oh, and by the way, Lauren, yes, the spin-off from Game of Thrones called Jon Snow. You're right. It has been greenlit by HBO, and they are going to start principal filming soon. That is or I think they've already done it. I think it just needs to be greenlit to be put on, and it has been greenlit. So,
and I didn't want to let this go by. Yes, we do need to have a conversation. We must talk. I think I know what it is that you're going to tell us, but yeah, I've never, I've only watched one Game of Thrones episode. I watched the first episode. I watched the first episode when I was visiting Joanne and Ryan in Michigan, and I turned it off. I could not finish the episode. It was too much for me.
Oh, too gory?
Yeah, it's too much killing.
He likes to watch shows about real life killing, but he can't handle the fake killing on like action shows. He always gets put off by that. Like I was watching Warrior, which is on HBO Max, Max, and my Warrior series, and there's a lot of blood and violence in that. They do karate and everything. And Daniel was like, bleh. Like he was just focusing on his phone. He's like, no, not my thing. Yet he can watch the real life stuff, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it didn't start with it, but it enhanced during cancer.
Yeah,
I haven't broken the news to the family yet, so it's a little hush hush. Yeah. We're not saying anything, but we know. Lincoln Lawyer is great, and he's cute too, so it doesn't hurt. The first season was good.
I never.
And I know for
I
those
like
of
the
you,
movie. I didn't like the book. I just can't. No.
Lincoln Lawyer. For all those of you who watch Spanish TV, Angelica Maria plays his mom in Lincoln Lawyer. So I'm really excited to see the second season. Angelica Maria, I was telling you about them. Angelica Maria is the mom of the actress that played the Mexican version of Ugly Betty. I was showing you a picture. And yes, I saw it on TikTok. Of course, I saw it on TikTok. I'm like, oh, now I want to watch the second season. So yes, Angelica Maria was called the La Novia de Mexico, Mexico's girlfriend, because she was born in Argentina and moved when she was very little. And
Betty La Fea.
yeah, Betty La Fea. And then she was a singer and an actress of the 50s and 60s, but she acted. Anyway, Angelica Maria is in the second season of Lincoln Lawyer, which is awesome. I'm so glad because he's such a good representation of Latin actors. So it's awesome. Speaking of actors, I went and I didn't get a chance to go this week, but Friday, knock on wood, I'm going to be walking with all the other Latino actors up in Warner Brothers on Friday. So for the strike, so I'll be up there walking. Yeah, she was great. She's the only thing I don't like is that she did on her lips and she looks weird.
She has duck lips now.
And I'm 1 degree away from Angelica Maria. I'm one degree away from Angelica Maria and Angelica Vale. They were spokespeople for Juanita's Menudo. And I did a commercial.
And you were a spokesperson for Juanita's Menudo.
I did 2 commercials for Juanita's Menudo. So I did 2 commercials for Juanita's Menudo, and they were spokespeople for Juanita's Menudo. So we both worked for the same company. There you go. So,
yeah, and you all love Juanita's Menudo.
I do like Juanita's Menudo. I mean, I like going to Carlos for Menudo.
Yeah.
But Juanita's Menudo is pretty good. Speaking of, Nancy was on today. I'm going to have to call her and see what was up.
I know.
We count y'all absent when y'all are here, by the way, just so you know.
By the way, have you seen recent pictures of our dearest nieces, both Nancy and Nancy Jr., or Beba and Alexis?
No, but
Alexa. Sorry, I always say Alexis. Alexa.
Well, I'll check those out later.
I mean, I met these kids when they were kids. They are adult women now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they both, and Alexa, I didn't know, has I guess a pretty serious boyfriend.
Okay, we're not talking about her life.
And of course he's tall.
Okay, so for everybody watching, remember we've got Grumpy Bunny in the Colors Game. If you're interested in the books, English or Spanish, we've got them both. They are $25 each, signed and delivered. This covers your post. If you're interested in some coaching, either a 1-session or an 8-session program, it's transpersonal coaching. We identify your knowledge and remove barriers. All you got to do is drop me an email. Let me know that you're interested. We do one-on-ones. We do groups. We come to companies and do corporate team building workshops. And we can do this in person or virtual. Get in touch with me for prices and such. We want to make sure that we talk about our friend Wayne. He is at Awakenings here in Laguna Hills. Come check him out for a reading or call 949-457-0797 for an appointment. You can also find him on Instagram at RWKII, which is 2. This is the second. And just check him out. Get an appointment with him personally. He's a great astrologer. He's a great tarot reader. And hopefully I will be with him at the Witches Brew Market soon again. And we'll be talking about that.
I heard that girl doing a kind of cool TikTok about the Witches Market.
Yeah. He's been doing it with some of his friends, but I told him as soon as I'm done with my traveling, I want to come back and do it again. So maybe for October, I'll be able to do it with him. That would be a fun time to do it. Love the Grumpy Bunny. Thank you, comadre. Anything else before we go?
Let's remember, what do gay horses eat? Hey. And on that note,
And on that note, there's that final joke for the day. Remember, keep the conversation going. Find us on Facebook at the Christian and Daniel Show, or if you're on any other of the pages you're watching on, keep it going. I'll make sure to answer. We'll reply to you. You both look very handsome, guys. We love you. Ah,
I
comadre.
know, right?
Bye, Charlie. Bye, comadre. We'll
No,
see you.
thank
both.
you. Love you all. Thank you for being here today and participating. We love it.
Bye.
Bye.